is where you'd be seeing the rotation with this storm. So this is the area that you'd have the rotation. I want to point out, this isn't all we're concerned about. You'd get some very strong winds right here pushing out, and then this is the area north, and this notch, zoom back in on that one, this is the notch that's pushing the winds out in front of this storm. So strong winds getting pushed here and then getting rotated around as you head to the north side of Webster City. So this is where you have the rotation, and then we're getting a little notch pushing these winds out. So it looks to me, and I don't know what you guys are looking at over there, it looks like me it's intensifying a little bit. Yeah, so this is becoming more dangerous. Matinka Slater and Jason Sadeko in the Weather Center helping me out here looking at some of the other things we look at behind the scenes, and I'm seeing this, and it looks to me like it might be a strengthening just a bit. So north of Webster City, if we could zoom out on this a bit to show the bigger picture. I try to get a whereabouts of where we're headed once this moves to the north of Webster City. Okay. So right in here, boy, you can just see it on radar. Here's your inflow pushing this line of damaging winds out here, and then this getting rotated on in. Anything else that looks suspicious on radar besides this one? Let's zoom out on this and look at the big picture. Just see, I don't want to miss any other storms while we're looking at this one. Okay, it doesn't look like we got this line of damaging winds right in here, and then this is probably just, it's separating. It looks to me like these are pushing east a little slower than the ones to the north because the ones to the north are more intense. So strong winds, Jefferson, Bagley, Panora. Here's the metro right now. These storms are going to be pushing into western Dallas County. These are all severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly for hail. And then this is the cell that we're watching, very unusual looking. The shear has weakened just a bit, but it's pulling in rotation right here north of Webster City. And then this is kind of pushing out, and it looks like it may be bringing back in some cells that started earlier in the day. So tornado warning in effect right now, the most dangerous part of this storm north of Webster City. And then if you could just pan a little bit down to the south, this is the area we're watching north. And then we have to keep an eye out just in case, because what's happening here is this line is pushing out and it's going to drag these cells back in, and you may get some rotation there. So again, north of Webster City, a tornado warning. We're keeping an eye on things. Steve and Stacy.
All right, Curtis, thank you very much. We are now getting folks who are reporting to us about some storm damage that they are seeing at this time.
Yeah, south of Burnside to be specific. We have Tom Benson on the phone. And Tom, what do you see?
Well, I can't see anything, but I'm listening to it on the scanner here. And they've got a lot of high lines down just south of Burnside here on Oak Avenue. It's spread across several fields down here. They got a car that's been blown off into the ditch that's from Illinois. They're calling for a wrecker for those people. And they've also got a lot of debris from the hog farm. The large highline poles that run north and south, those have been taken down around where the hog farm's at. And they've called for a fire truck to come out and try to light up the area a little bit more. And they're calling for additional officers to close off the roads down through that area right now.
Tom, are you seeing rain or hail or wind, or what is the weather? What do you have right now?
Well, the winds picked up there for a little bit and got pretty strong as the front passed by. We had hail here, golf ball sized hail, and most of the weather is pretty much gone past us now.
To your knowledge, is there anybody hurt, Tom?
Not that I know of yet, but they're still trying to get around that hog farm down there yet. They can't get to it because large highlands are down there, and right now all they can do is block the roads down in that area, try to get to the end by walking in, but they got to be very careful with the wet down in that area, because our live highlines are down. They're trying to get a hold of Alliant Energy now to get down there to cut the power.
And Tom, any reports that you saw or heard? Or are we just looking at winds here, or is anybody reporting seeing a funnel? What is the situation there?
Well, nobody's seen a funnel, but the indications are from the debris field spreading out across the fields that it may have possibly been a funnel through that area. And that would have been a couple miles south of Burnside.
Okay, Tom Benson, thank you very much. We appreciate all this information. Once again, this coming to us from Tom Benson, just south of Burnside, and they have quite a bit of damage up there. Let's get things over to Chief Meteorologist Curtis Gertz. He has an update. Curtis.
Yeah, we're watching that cell up to the north. Now, that tornado warning in effect for Hamilton and Webster County has expired, just so you know. That tornado warning up to the north has expired. We're going to see if they issue another tornado warning, but just watching that, and this is the cell we're watching. Now, it's still under a severe thunderstorm warning, but it looks like the area that was rotating got kind of sucked into the line here, so it's more of a damaging wind threat. We were watching it. I mean, you were earlier seeing that kind of notch area. We don't have that anymore. We got this line right here kind of bowing out and getting pushed out in front. So this is starting to look more like a damaging wind signature and a hail signature. There is a notch up here east of Woolstock, a severe thunderstorm warning. We'll watch that. The rotation is not as great as it was when it was west and northwest of Webster City, but this is a hail area head east of Woolstock, and this is a severe thunderstorm warning area. You can see how it moved out of the tornado warned area. We didn't have a report for so long that they're just keeping it as a severe thunderstorm warning. We do have a new tornado warning in effect as you head south of Clarinda. If you remember earlier, we were showing you that line of storms moving out of Hamburg, and now this area right in through here, seeing a little bit of rotation of Bradyville, and this would be moving towards Gravity Newmarket as it moves off to the northeast. So this is the only tornado warning we have right now on the radar, and it's a long way away from the Des Moines radar and a ways from the Omaha radar, so you don't get a great velocity signature in here, but hail threat Clarinda, gust damaging winds. We'll watch this cell as it moves out of south of Clarinda and moves northeast into Taylor County. So this would be the cell we're watching down there. Do we have any video coming in from Webster City right now, you guys? Okay, I'm gonna advance to that. This is the line. I just wanted to show you southern Minnesota, northern Missouri. Everything in here in yellow is a tornado watch. Tornado watch metro until 10 o'clock. This is Zach Sharp. He's over in Webster County. He's been chasing this storm. I just got a report out of Webster City where this storm moved on through of a wind gust of 68 miles an hour, and that was not where exactly the ASOS station there is not exactly where the worst part of the storm was. So we're talking not even the worst part of the storm, and you're talking 66 to 68 mile per hour gusts there. So that's a threat with that storm. And again, along this line, we have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. Can we zoom in on the weather data set and then loop it to show what it looks like as it's headed towards the metro? And then zoom in a bit. There we go. These are the severe thunderstorm warning. The line not even in western Dallas County yet, and you can see how it's all moving northeast. It's a narrow line. What will most likely happen here is a little later tonight, 6:30, 6:35, west side of town. This will push on through. It will be brief, frequent lightning, potential winds over 60 miles an hour, and hail to 1.5 inches for the metro. That's our threat tonight as this would move on through. Is there a threat for tornadic activity? It's small, but there is a threat. And the problem is that it would be very brief and it would be very hard to see. The sun's going to go down. And along with that, they've been rain wrapped. So this line headed towards the metro. Again, we've got another 40 minutes or so before it hits downtown. A threat with this, hail 1.5 inches, maybe 1.75 inches at best, winds over 60 miles an hour, and an isolated risk for tornadoes as this would move on through, putting a storm track on it. And the problem today has been these storms are moving so fast. The faster the storms move, it kind of moves in more of a mathematical margin of error when you're trying to storm track them, because we've had storms today that moved about 65 miles an hour. So we'll see what the timeline is on this. So 20 minutes to Perry, and I think it'll be shorter than that to the metro as it moves on through. I do want to point out one more thing. This is that rotation. Good picture here. Thanks for getting this. New Market right here, south side of New Market. This is an area of rotation, and this is why there's a tornado warning. It's cut off right here, not extending into Taylor County, but this tornado warning in New Market. They're watching this. It actually transfers from one Weather Service office to the next. So we see what Omaha is saying here, and then we'll see what Des Moines Weather Service office says as it pushes in closer to the gravity area. But we do have that cell over in Taylor County, and we're watching this cell that's now northeast of Webster City. Severe thunderstorm warning. I do want to point out the tornado warning that was in effect for the Webster City area has expired, but you still have severe thunderstorm warnings along this line east and northeast of Webster City.
All right, Curtis, thank you very much. If you're tuning in for KCCI 8 News at 6 and you're wondering what's going on with this weather, you're in the right place. Severe storms, potentially damaging storms, are moving through central Iowa right now. You're looking at two live pictures, one from our downtown Skycam, the other from our storm chaser, Zach Sharp. He is in Webster City.
And we've given Curtis a moment to take a breath and regroup here, but he's been tracking the storms throughout this afternoon and into the evening, and we want to check back in with Curtis right now for an update on the situation.
Yeah, Curtis, look at that semi.
Yeah, that's Zach Sharp up there. We just showed you they had a wind gust in Webster City of 68 miles an hour, and that was not where the most dangerous part of this storm moved through Webster City. We were on the air showing you that rotation, semi knocked over on the side. Most likely that probably looked like Highway 20. I didn't get a report from Zach there. Severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for Humboldt. Severe thunderstorm warning continues, and I'm looking at a screen here off the side, folks. That's why I'm looking like this. Franklin, Hamilton, Hardin, Webster, right until 6:15. This is starting to look a little bit like damaging winds, but this area right in through here has the strongest winds as you head north of Jewel, and this eventually is going to cross over I-35, so there could be some problems with folks headed north and south on I-35 with this area right here showing those wind gusts. This is our velocity, and you can see 72, 73 mile per hour winds, 65 mile per hour winds in this area where there's little rotation, but this is getting pushed out in front of the storm. As you can imagine, winds moving across I-35 at 70 miles an hour with vehicles going north-south. Just got another report in from Webster City, a weather station there, reporting a wind gust near 70 miles an hour. So we're looking at it on Doppler radar, and what we're seeing is very accurate to what we're getting on the ground reports. Then this cell right here, New Market, it has a tornado warning. It looks like it may be moving out of the warned area. We'll have to see if they keep a tornado warning in effect for this area. Click on that Storm Prediction Center, you guys, to see what that says and see if they're going to issue anything else. But this is just northwest of Bedford right now. And folks in Clarinda, hail. The most dangerous part of this storm is east and southeast of Clarinda right now. Tornado watches in March in Minnesota all the way down to northern Missouri. Again, we had a record high today here in the metro. This is what Zach Sharp's seeing out there. Live storm chaser video of a semi. A new warning is coming out for the metro. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll go back. Let's click on this, zoom in, and then highlight this radar for me, the warned area for the metro on the data set here. Okay, here's the new severe thunderstorm warning. They're getting out in front of this. Severe thunderstorm warning, Adair, Boone, Cass, Dallas, Greene, Guthrie, Madison County until 6:45. Thanks for doing that, y'all. It's going to be kicking into Perry. You can see now west of Redfield, west of Greenfield. The concern here is damaging winds as it moves on through. Again, winds over 60 to maybe 70 miles an hour. Hail possibly from an inch to an inch and a half. A new severe thunderstorm warning. This is mainly, looks like it's extending anywhere from Adel, maybe as close, that's just a little west of Waukee through Winterset and west of Ames. This line of storms pushing on through. Severe thunderstorm warnings now in effect for Dallas and Madison counties.
Curtis, thank you. We've got storm chasers in the field, of course, as this weather calls for it. Iowa Storm Chasing Network Zach Sharp is live near Highway 20 near Webster City. And Zach, it's not been a good day for high-profile vehicles out there, has it?
Yeah, no, it really hasn't, Stacy. This semi-truck, which is a cattle hauler, was going westbound on Highway 20 just west of the Mason City exit. And as you can tell, the strong wind toppled the semi over like a toy car. And we were near west of the side of Webster City earlier, and we're intercepting golf ball sized hail earlier. So this storm system that moved through here just moments ago packed a great punch here.
Okay, Zach, do you know, is the driver okay?
Yes, EMTs arrived on scene shortly after the semi had been reported turned over. They searched the vehicle. The driver got out okay. They have since left the scene. We have State Patrol on scene now, basically barricading this vehicle off, or alerting motorists that are heading westbound in this direction that there is a semi in the shoulder area that has been toppled on its side.
And Zach, we understand there's a tornado watch, tornado warning for parts of the state. You've talked about the high winds today and the hail. Have you seen any funnels or anything like that?
We haven't seen anything in the way of wall clouds or anything tornadic. Earlier, we were near Humboldt and had near golf ball sized hail. It wasn't until we intercepted the storm in Webster City that we were taking on golf ball sized hail. Fortunately, our vehicle did not sustain any damage from that, but we had those winds up near 70 miles an hour that were rocking our car back and forth.
Okay, Zach Sharp of the Iowa Storm Chasing Network, thank you very much. He's in Webster City, and we'll check back with Zach as needed. We have new video for you tonight at 6. It's been windy here in the Des Moines area all day long. We have some wind damage from West Des Moines. Take a look at this. This was shot by KCCI photojournalist Zachary Hayes. The strong winds out there knocked down 2 power poles on Hillside Avenue in West Des Moines. New at 6, the future of the Des Moines Waterworks is unclear tonight.
Right now at the State House, identical bills in the House and Senate could